Hi everybody, it's Patti and Debbie from Print and Pixel Studio. And if you watched our video last week, you know that we talked about doing a couple more interactive pieces, and this time we were going to have templates to go with them to help you guys make them if you want to. And so here they are. And this is the first one that we did. And it's real cute. It's a little card. Turn it over. And when you open it up, it has that little, what do they call it? A little camera lens. Yeah, window. It's not a new idea by any means. Millions of people have done it on the internet. But in this case, we made a template for it, which took us all day. Debbie and I absolutely hate measuring anything, you know, so if we can come up with a way to do it easier with less work, we're going to do it. So that's what we did. We took a day, and it took us, to get it right, it took us most of the day to figure it out to where it would work easily. But anyway, even with that said, on this one, I did make a mistake. I thought I eyeballed the lens pieces and thought they were straight, but they're not. And the way you can tell that is this one side does not fit exactly perfect in the window. As you can see here, it sticks out a little bit, and it covers up a lot of the display of the little butterfly inside. So we're going to put one together today, and I'll show you that the most important part of this, and it's the only part that you have to do any measuring on, is to make sure that the top of your lenses are even. Otherwise, you get this effect, and that's not, I mean, it works, and probably a lot of people wouldn't even pay any attention to it. But if you want it to work perfectly, you need to make sure that these two pieces are evenly spaced across. But anyway, it makes a really cute card and really cute piece for your journal, and you still have plenty of room on the sides to do journaling and on the back. And you can tuck this down in a pocket and be really cute.
Super cute.
And then this is a cute one that Debbie did. This one has 4 little compartments, and also she put a pocket on the back, which is really cute, and put a little tag in there. Super cute. And this could be, if you didn't want to decorate the back, you could just glue the this part of the card down to your page and still have a pocket on the back side. But anyway, this is the tricky part to this one, and it's really cute. So you just, this slide, the little button slides up and down, and then you have your little tags that you can open up, and you can, you know, put graphics in there or do some journaling or whatever you like. And then you just push him back the other way, and here he is again. You got 2 more. But I just think this is adorable.
Yeah.
Really
fun
cute.
to make, and so easy. Now with even easier that we have templates for it.
Yeah, really. Yeah, these were the first ones that we did before we had the templates. We tried them, and we thought, you know what? If you had a template for these, you could make these really fast and very simple, and no headaches. So that's what we've done. And so we're going to put one of these camera lens ones together today, and keep your fingers crossed that I don't make any mistakes on it. But anyway, I went ahead and covered the outside of it with some of our graphics. And we're going to put this little guy together like this. We're going to cut out his little window and put the lenses in. And here's the template that you get. There will be more detail on this template because I will give you the measurements of the pieces so that if you wanted to cut it out by hand without using the template, you could. But it's so simple with the template, I can't imagine not using it. But here are the pieces. This is the back piece. Come out of there, guy. Okay, and you just lay him down and trace around him, and then take your scoring tool and a ruler, and you can, if you print these templates out on a lightweight cardstock, then you can go ahead and score along the line here, and it will go through to your paper, to your cardboard, or excuse me, your cardstock enough to where you can see the line, and then you can go over it again with the scoring tool to make it deeper. We'll tell you one thing about this. We put this together. I cut this, traced this out just this morning to make this one. And when I did, I said to Debbie, I can't figure out what's wrong with this. The pages, well, this one lines up perfectly. Well, anyway, when I put this one, made this one, and scored the lines, I put it together, and there was a gap. And so we're trying to figure out, how can that be possible? I mean, we're tracing right from the template, right? How can that be possible? And I'm not going to fold it the other way because I don't want to crease the paper weird. But if I fold this paper back on itself for whatever reason, I don't know, and Debbie can't figure it out either, it leaves a gap. So if you use the template and you cut out your backing, this card piece, and it doesn't match up, don't panic. Turn it around and fold it in the other way, like this, and it will line up. Why it does that? I don't know, because it's exactly like this, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
If you guys know, please
Yeah,
let us
really.
know in the comments.
I guess I should have hung out in my geometry class more.
I know. Neither one of us are math people.
No,
and measuring,
and that's why it
I
takes us a
know.
long time to make these templates, but we're real finicky about making them perfect, and so that's what we've got. Then the other piece, there's only, 3 pieces to this, not counting the little decoration you want to put in, 4 pieces. The other piece, where is he? Here he is. Okay, is this centerpiece. And all you do with this guy is you trace him, cut him out. And here's the secret to this. I traced him out on the paper and trace the circle onto the cardstock. Then when I put my paper on, I turned it over so that the paper covers this. So then you can take, where is it? You can take your hole punch, and you've got your circle there, and you know exactly where you're going to want to go so that you don't have to worry about being off center. Come on, buddy. If your hands were strong enough to go through it. There it goes. And there you go. So that's the secret to it. We struggled with that too, and all of a sudden the light bulb came on, and we thought, you know what? Just put the circle on the back so it's marked exactly where you want it. Okay, so you trace this out on the piece of paper, and then there will be a line on the template that shows you that you turn it over, fold it over 1/4 inch. And what that does is it gives you enough room in between this piece and your card for your little lenses to slide easily. I've seen a lot of people online, they just glue the top and glue the bottom, and it works. But we just felt like this gave it a little bit more space so that it was a little smoother moving. And then, let's see, so then you cut these guys out, and you get 2 pieces on the template for that. I will say this too. On the template, you'll see that there's a dotted line as well as the V shape. And that dotted line we left on there because if you want to cut this out square and maybe use a hole punch to cut out, instead of having the triangle, cut out the half circle. We haven't tried that, but if that gives you the option, you could do that. You know, it's just paper. You can always get more paper and try it. And if it works for you, great, because it could be a good look. We haven't done it. We've just used the triangle, but it gives you the option of doing that. Okay, so I guess we're down to the nitty-gritty now, watching me put this together. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to figure out where we want to put our little person here. So I guess right in here. Now, this is one of our 2-inch digital pieces that we have in a kit that, you know, you can cut out. There's a whole bunch of different designs. And you can use that right in here. So we've got to be careful where we glue this in. Okay, so that's my thinking on it.
You need to go over just a tick. You're not
Yeah,
centered
but
in there.
no,
but
I know.
yeah.
I got to pick it up. But I mean, that's my
Oh,
idea of
yeah.
what we're going to do here. Yeah, so the important part is making sure that that little thing is glued in the right spot. Now, you can either eyeball this, and that looks pretty good, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Even Stephen?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to measure it, you know, that's good too. You can measure across and then give yourself a center line to line it up with before you glue it down. But I think what I'm going to do here, since that we both, Debbie and I, think that looks pretty even, right, on the either side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I found the easiest thing is take your glue and glue along this top part. Now you might find when you're making it, you might find an easier way to do it, but that's kind of my thinking on it. Okay, let's see if we can center this again about right. How's that look from where you are? Because I'm sitting and it's not as easy to tell.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, help move him over if it looks like he needs it. Is that good? Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get it as close as possible. Okay, now here's where it's easier for me anyway to decide where this little person's going to go. So, and you want to make sure that this guy is glued flat because your lenses are going to come over that. So take some glue, and with any luck at all, I'm not going to mess this one up. You know how I am, though. We don't have one mistake, at least.
That'd be a miracle, I think.
I think it will be too. Okay, so I don't want to press him down real tight at first because I want to make sure he's where I want him, and he's not. He's too high. It's harder when you're sitting down to see where you want this to go. If you're standing up, you can get kind of a better feel for it. Let's see. Nope, he needs to come down a little bit more. That's what I say. Don't press him down right away. Just kind of let him float there till you get him in the right spot. Nope. Come on, buddy. That looks pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks good there. Okay. That's where he's going to live. Let's see. Where's that? So just make sure that whatever you put in there is tight. No loose edges or anything, because that'll pick up with the camera lens. Excuse me for reaching over, but I just realized I didn't ink the inside of this frame. So anyway, these are a lot of fun to make, and that darn template really, I shouldn't say darn template, that template really takes the pain out of making these, because you don't have a lot of measuring or anything to do, which, like I say to Debbie and I, is a big deal.
Right. And also being on one page.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
one
cool.
page is really cool. Okay, so here we go. We're going to glue the bottom part down now. And all this will be, you know, all the instructions on the measurements and everything will be on the template. And the other thing that'll be on there is a link to this video. So when you're making them, if you have any problems or any questions about it, you can just hop on back over here to YouTube to the video, and you can see how we did it. And, you know, you can answer any questions using the video. I know I'm much better visual than I am like reading directions.
Yes, I need both.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Now this is the part that's important. This is the part where we do want to measure to make sure that our lenses are even on, you know, even distance on both sides. I don't know if it makes a difference. I kind of cross them over like that and slide them in. Now, they may not close perfectly tight, but that's not a big deal. Okay, now here is where we want to make sure that these two pieces are even. So let me move him up a little bit. Where's the ruler? Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. Oh shoot, if you didn't hit it with your hand. Maybe I should measure down from the top and just see. This is the technical part. I hate this ruler. Okay, so he's down, what, 2.5 approximately? 2.5, and he's down at, nope, see, it's higher. That's weird. It looks even, doesn't it? But it's not. Okay, I'm going to make a mark on this because I don't want to mess up like I did the other one. Okay, so 1.5, let's say. We need to get a new ruler. I hate this ruler. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm just making a little dot there. And let's see. Oop, get in there. And let's see. See, that's a little low because he's showing through on the frame there. Okay. What we need is a small ruler for these kind of jobs. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Should have marked this off before we started the video, but okay, what is that? 1 and Debbie and I are awful at measuring. Okay, here, 1 1/4. We usually have to take the ruler and count the little dots. This is hard. This thing is so long, I can't even get it. Okay, kids, that looks pretty good.
Here, do you want to mark it?
Well, I don't need to because I'm going to glue it now. Well, I should, yes, you're right, because one of them I have to take out. Okay. Let's just do this and make sure.
Okay.
Because I don't want to ruin another one. We need a shorter ruler. Put that on the list. Short ruler. Okay,
Right.
1 1/4. Now, wait a minute. 1 1/4. And see, it's not.
No, because you're not near the line here. Hang on.
What line?
The marker that you marked.
I know. It's too short. That's why I'm moving it down. I'm moving it down to 1 1/4 because it's not right. Okay. 1 1/4. And 1 1/4. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now imagine how stressful this was when we were trying to figure out the other part of it. Okay, let's try this fit this one more time. See how she goes.
Yes.
Huh?
Yep.
Yep, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, keep your fingers crossed, everybody, because here we go. All right, so it's easier to do one side at a time. And doggone it, I don't have any faith in myself now since that first mess up. Talk, Debbie, because I have to think.
Well, I didn't make this with you, so I'm kind
No,
of
I mean,
learning alongside.
just entertain the audience. I got.
Yes.
not going to be able to do this. Okay. All right. Okay, let's just go with it. All right, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that the edge of your little lens thing is right along the line of that crease of your fold. Then you want to take your glue and you want to come in here just along the side. You want to get it pretty close to the edge of this paper without touching it, because you'll see why in a minute. So I just kind of spread it out a little bit, but you want to try to get it as close as you can to the edge of that paper without getting glue. You don't want to, of course, glue this piece down here. So you don't want any glue on there. Okay, here we go. Now you just take your edge of your card, fold it over, and just push down on this side. Okay, now what I try to do, what I find works for me anyway, let's say this. You don't want to open that card up too soon before the ink dries, but you want to, and it's going to be hard for you to envision it, but you want to pick it up and maybe use a bone folder and just kind of go into the frame part and along the top of your little frame card to make sure that the glue is not, that this is not gluing to that part. You just want this to glue right along that one little strip, like right here. Okay, and I'm going to let that kind of dry. I just want to peek in there real quick. Okay, good, it's working. Okay. This is the, like I say, this is the technical part. This is the part that takes 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. He's not quite dry, so we're going to let him be. All right, so we're going to do the same thing over here. Line him up. And like I say, if you can overlap one edge, I think it makes it more realistic and it slides better. Okay, there we go. All right, I hope you can see that. I'm sorry I have to leave this down, but we don't want to pick it up yet because of the, I don't know, there's a little spot there that shows, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go. This is going to be probably, everybody's going to think, geez, this is a boring thing to watch. All right, here we go. Again, you just want to put the glue here, and you want to get as close to that edge without touching it, this edge over here, without touching it as you can. But you need, you know, you're going to need enough glue so you can support that. I just want to make sure he's on the line here. Yeah, okay. So that you can support the action, you know, the back and forth action that you're going to get. Come on. Okay. Try to get him right up to that fold, and then just press him down. And with any luck, this is going to work. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This is like the silent movies.
I know, right? You got me concentrating here on how.
Okay, here we go. All right, so now as you open this up, you can see that this kind of creates a little pocket here, a little fold on its own, you know, without doing anything special to it. It just creates a little fold there. So what you want to do is you want to pull this out, and you want to try to keep him as straight when you fold him. You want to try to keep him as straight to your little line as you can to make sure that he's going in straight, not tilted down or anything. This takes a little bit of practice, obviously, because you've seen mine, how that turns out. But anyway, this is the second one I've done, and I'm hoping this comes out right. But it should, you know. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it?
For us.
Yeah, right. For us, it probably is. Okay, let's see if he's dry enough. I think he is. Yeah, he is. Okay. So now, again, you want to make sure that we press down here, make him like a little pocket. Okay. And there you go. But, yeah, he's cute. But he doesn't open wide enough. See how he is?
Oh.
So you might want to tweak it. Now, it's kind of funny because this guy, who's kind of oddball, he opens right up. The one that's not put on there right. But I think what it is I don't have the graphic in the right spot. So you need to have, huh?
I think he's a little high. Maybe.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's high. That's the trouble with him. Everything else is fine, but that's something you do want to pay attention to. Now, that happened to me here, too. Remember, I had the butterfly and he was too big.
Oh, yeah.
So, a 1 inch, if you're going to do something like this, a 1 inch,
Punch.
no, a 1 inch butterfly or whatever you're going to use, flower, whatever, is the best size. And it's better to have it with a little bit of clear or plain paper around it so that it accentuates it. Here, I didn't. I thought, oh, that'll be okay, you know. But I should have, if I was going to use him, I should have left him on a backing paper, and then I would have more room to move him around, and I should have moved him down farther towards the bottom. So you want to pay attention to that when you're putting them together. Like I say, if he'd have been like on a square, which is probably what the best thing to do, is on a square, then you have enough room to kind of move him side to side and up and down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use like a 2-inch circle or anything like that. I would use it on a square, and then you have room to move him up and down so he fits in the frame better, like this guy. Now, if you have a mistake like this, don't panic, because that's what I had to do here. So this guy was bigger. I had like a 2-inch butterfly in there. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking he would fit in here. But what I did was I came back in here and I pulled the little frame out like this and put a different graphic in there, a smaller size. And realized that he has to come down closer to here. And so now I can just fold this back in carefully. You don't want to do that too often. Just fold this back in, and then you're okay to go. So it's not a total loss if that mistake happens. Obviously, it can happen more than once to someone because it's happened to me twice. But anyway, so seeing you can put him right back together, and it's not a problem. And that's what I'll do here. I'll take these, after this is dried good, I'll take these out and put something different in there, realizing where my mistake was made. But he closes up really good. You can't really see him. Let's see, you can't really see in there when the doors close, but this one closes up really well.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah, it is. It's just you have to bear in mind that you need a smaller piece to go in here. And you might try that, like I was saying on the template, you might leave this, just cut the square and try the hole punch and just punch a piece out here and see if that works better for you. You know, it's up to you. But like I say, on this guy, I'm going to do like I did here. I'm just going to remove the little frames and then put a different graphic in there that will fit in that spot better. But you can see it's pretty easy peasy to do. Once you make 2 or 3 of them, I mean, this is our second one we've made. This is the first one. And so it's pretty easy peasy to do, and it's a cute thing, really cute. And then just tie a little ribbon or string around him, and he's good to go. You know, and you can decorate him however you like. That's the fun of it. Okay, so then we got Debbie's. She's going to let me destroy her project. So anyway, we have another template for this. And again, pretty much, well, actually this is probably going to take more than 1 page of paper because you have to cut out 4 of the tags.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but not much more than a page. So this is the backing. Let's see if I can open this up so you can see. Okay, without the tags on here, this paper, let me find it here. I guess I should just do it because it'll,
Yeah.
where's the template that I had? Oh, here it is. I just had it backwards. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this works on here. Okay. Again, if I was standing up, this could be easier because, number one, with all these lights, I can't see the lines. Can you see it over there? Can you see the lines in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, would you, what we need to do is we need to fold, we need to cut. You know how you did when you cut the bottom, the 1/4 inch off the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, you do it and I'll show them what you're doing over here. Here, you want those? If you could see it.
Yeah.
Okay, what she's doing, and sorry about that, but with these lights on that light paper, I can't see the lines. Okay, here's your back page. So what she's doing is she's cutting out this piece right here. It's a 1/4 inch. So she's cutting up a 1/4 inch over and down to cut that piece out on top and bottom. Then she's taking the sides, which are 2 inches on either side, and folding them in. Pretty soon.
Sorry. It's even hard to see it on here.
Oh, I
on this
know.
cardstock.
Well, what I'll do is I'll turn these. Okay, so then we've got, I know it's really, the cardstock is so light.
So you want me to fold them?
Fold them in like you did the sides. See, there. Can you see the score line there?
These sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you cut out 4 of these pieces that are 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, and these are the tags that she has here. So you just fold them over, you know how you do, and score them, or run your bone folder over them. And you can round the edges if you want. You know, you don't have to, but you can. So you just make 4 of these. Is it working? Okay, so we just make 4 of these. And I mean, this is about as hard as it gets. It's super easy, this one. And there's no measuring. She's just cutting those pieces out. Okay. Gosh, this video seems so quiet.
I know, right?
I know.
Okay.
Okay, and this little piece is this guy here. And what he makes is the slider. This piece that goes up and down here. Back and forth.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay. What happened to the... Oh, this isn't scored over here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, you can see we're not too good at this. Okay, so here is this piece after she cut out the this centerpiece here. I guess you can see that. This centerpiece here on both ends, top and bottom. So then what you do is you take your, gosh, this is the most unorganized video we've ever made. I think, I don't know, maybe not. There's been a lot of them. Okay, this side didn't get scored. So you have 1/4 of an inch down here at the top and at the bottom that you turn up, like so. Okay. I know I scored those and I can't see it. That's weird. Huh? Oh well, whatever. Here we go again. Okay. So you score these 1/4 of an inch so you can turn them up easily. You don't have to score them, but okay. All right. Please be kind in the comments. I know this is kind of a weird video. Okay. And then you take those, you fold your edges inward, like so. And you fold those little edges. Why isn't it going over there? Here. Those little 1/4 of an inch edges you fold down over the top and the bottom. Okay. And what you're going to have is a little thing like this. So what we need to do here is we need to glue these down, the little tabs that makes. Glue those down. So you're making like a little envelope type thing, only we're not going to stick anything inside of it.
Yeah, once you get the knack of these things, they seem a little bit kind of confusing right now, but
You think? Oh,
once you
jeez.
get them, they're cute and they're easy.
Oh, they are. They're easy. It's just one of those things that's because we just made them. We're not that familiar with them, so we're kind of like learning with you.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanted you guys to have a chance to have those templates because it does. I mean, can you imagine this without the templates?
Yeah.
It's not a pretty sight. I can tell you. Okay, so here we go. So now what you have is this little guy, a little pocket-like guy that has this little opening at the front. Okay, so I might as well use this one because they can see it better.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is this little piece here, and you only need one of those. And I'm going to let Debbie fold that for you because I cannot do it. There's something about it, I can't get the hang of it.
So basically, I don't know if you can see this. You kind of fold one end towards.
Yeah,
Sorry.
backwards. Okay, that's okay.
You have your flat piece of paper, and you're going to make like a little table. You're going to bend it like this. Then you're going to bring this in halfway into that little table and bend this in to the other half and then flatten it. So you have a little tab thing that looks like this. See, you have yours. I bent it.
I know. I'm trying to. I know I do. It works.
So,
Yeah.
Right. So it will look just like that.
Yeah. It's very simple.
Yes.
But some of us can't get it.
So just
Me.
halfway in, halfway in,
Yeah.
like that.
Cute. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now what this is your slider, and it's very important to put this in now. Don't try to put it in after you've done your decorating and all that stuff, because you're not going to get a good fit. So here you go, and you can see, you can slide, you know, you can slide it up and down, no problem. Now, here's another thing we'll tell you. I don't know if you could see this or not, but I hope so. You can see, what are you going to put me on?
No.
Okay, you can see it has like a little pouch in there, kind of like a little bump or whatever you want to call it. Okay, on this one, we didn't do that. We thought, you know what, we wanted to have more support. So, where's that other one here? So what we did was, we thought, okay, let's glue this down like this. Right, Deb?
No.
No?
I glued the inside.
Oh, that's right,
flaps,
the inside flaps.
these to this. So
Yeah.
I glued the inside flaps together.
Right. To give it more support. And it does. And it works good.
It just doesn't glide
As smoothly as if you
do
don't.
that.
And so we were looking at it and we thought, why is that? Why is that different? And what it is if you look at this, it makes it like a little spring. So it gives you a little bit more leeway if you add, you know, like this is a couple layers of cardstock. So, I mean, this one works, and it works fine. There's no problems with it, and it is very sturdy. But this one has a tendency to glide a little smoother. We'll see what happens when we get the pockets on it. So, do we want to round these corners? Okay, do the corner rounder. But anyway, this is a super cute, thanks. Super cute idea. Oh, that one didn't work. Here. Okay, so you just, now we're going to refer to Debbie here because she made this. So you just take it like that and then glue these down, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's, oh wait, they open to the inside. Right,
Yes,
okay.
they flap to
So
the
that's,
inside.
yeah, that's an important part to know. They open from the inside, like this. Cute, okay.
Inside out.
Yeah. And we're not going to put decorative paper or anything on this. We're just putting it together so you can see how it works. And,
This is our blooper video,
right? This is the blooper. Unfortunately, this is the video you got to tune into to see how to make these. Oh, geez. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, now, did you just eyeball this, or did
I
you?
did.
Okay.
I don't measure
No, I know.
anything, you know that.
So that's easy peasy. We can just eyeball these and no problem. Yeah.
You just want to make sure whatever your little decorative piece you decide to put on here, you know, whether it be, you know, the button or whatever, you want to make sure that it's going to catch all four corners. It has to be big enough to catch all the four corners of these tabs to hold them closed. If it's too small, it won't hold these closed.
Okay.
So just, you know,
Just keep that in
yeah,
mind.
in
Yeah.
mind, whatever you're going to use.
Right.
At one point, we were going to use a heart that we had, but
Oh, yeah.
it didn't cover all four corners. It did on the top part, but not on the bottom.
Yeah, so it didn't work. So you want to make sure. That's a
Yeah.
good point, Deb. You want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay. Here he comes down here. Yep, they're pretty straight. Okay. But you can see this one's really easy peasy. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to be all hysterical about lining anything up so much like the other. And it makes a really cute addition to your journal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the fact that, like, she put that pocket on the back, super cute. I picked a bad color to do this with because I can hardly see them. I can hardly see what I'm doing on here. I should have got another darker color. But anyway, you guys get the hang of it, see how it works here. Yeah. Yeah, I should have picked a darker color because you can't see the lines or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. And just put him on there. Okay, and slide this guy up. Come on, buddy. There. You know, I do wonder, I want to try this again, but I'm wondering if maybe your idea of gluing that isn't better, because
Feel flimsy, right?
see, well, you know why? Because look at this. Now watch. If I go down like this, and those aren't perfectly held down, they catch in that
they
hole.
catch on that. Yeah.
So there's something that we've figured out just now. That Debbie's probably right. You probably do want to glue. Let's see, where did you glue? You glued inside here.
Yeah. This
Yeah, that part.
here.
Yeah.
So it makes it like a little.
Right, and I think that's the way to go, because this catches. It not every time, but look, see?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
mine
and you said-
doesn't.
I know. You are a mathematical genius after all. It's a miracle. Yeah, see, this is better, way better, because it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, way better. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Let's see. What am I doing here now? I think I'm holding it wrong. Don't let me wreck Debbie's thing. Okay. Well. Another thing we were thinking, yeah, see, this doesn't grab like that does. Another thing that we were thinking is this one may not move as smoothly as this one, because we've added kind of a lot of thickness here. So we were thinking, if you put these little tabs in, maybe what would be a good idea is to make them out of paper, regular, copy paper type stuff, or decorative, thinner paper than cardstock. Then glue them in, and then on the top of it, add a little piece of cardstock, decorative, to give it that support. It's not going to need a whole lot of support down here because you're gluing it to the cardstock that it's made out of. So that's going to be plenty of support, but it's going to be lighter weight, and I think that would work better.
Yeah, we'll have to try it.
Yeah, we'll have to try that and see. And you might want to try that at home if you're going to make these. And then just put your little piece of cardstock on top. And I think that would, would cut down on some of the bulk, and I think it would probably slide easier. Not that this doesn't work, it does, but it doesn't slide like this, except this has issues because it catches on the corners,
Yeah.
This doesn't. So you might want to tweak it a little bit, but if you make it just like Debbie did, it comes out perfect, and you could just, push it up and down. It's not a problem. But I think that would be cute. Debbie did have another idea. She thought that maybe not putting it quite so close together, leaving a little bit wider gap in between. And that might be a good idea too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's a work in progress. A project in progress.
Right. But I mean, it's just a matter of just tweak it a little bit, that's all.
Yeah.
But you can see, that I think you're right. I think if you just left that open a little bit wider, just trim off just a hair, more in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have to trim your little tags a little bit too then. But anyway, it's something that, it's worth checking out and seeing. But either way, they work. But I think my preference would be making that button like Debbie did. I think this, the way that we had seen it made previously is not, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not good. Unless you used a heavier cardstock, maybe it wouldn't do that, but I don't know. I just kind of, what you could do is make up a couple of prototypes and find out which one works for you. And then send us an email and let us know how it worked. But anyway, it's easy peasy to do. And, you know, you put a little pocket on the back, or if you're going to glue this into your journal page, you don't even have to do that.
Yeah.
But it's super cute. Yeah, super cute. But I like the idea that you did with gluing that down. I think that made a big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, these templates are going to be in our Ko-fi shop, not Etsy, but just Ko-fi. And you can see how much fun they are to make. And like I say, just with a little bit of tweaking, you can get exactly the look you want. And like after a while, I'm going to pull these little guys out and put a different graphic in there so he fits in the window. And I think they're super cute. And I love this guy with the butterfly.
Yeah, he came out real good.
Yeah. It's just you want to make sure that these guys are even, because it makes a big difference. And the insides you could replace easily, but these guys not so much. So I guess that's it. So if you want to hop over to Ko-fi, these will be in the shop, and you can download them. And then, like I say, we'll have a link to this video so you can watch it again and get any tips. Or send tips. That would
Right.
probably be. Send us some tips. But anyway, we thought they're really fun projects, and we've kind of just hit the basics of it. And I'm sure you guys will come up with all kinds of ideas on improving on this process. So anyway, if you do, let us know, because we'd like to hear them. So I guess that's it for us. Thank you very much.